Hello everyone and welcome to State of the Game number 123. Patch 3.1 went live on Monday and included a lot of fixes for the NPC issues that we talked about with Drew in the previous State of the Game. If you haven't caught that, you can check YouTube or the past broadcasts on Twitch. The accuracy issues, which you may know as the bullet registration issues or perceived bullet registration issues, we'll talk about that in detail with Frederick soon. They were reported on PS4 and other platforms when using the accuracy platform on the shooting range. That's important. We've investigated this, and there is a specific issue that affects the shooting range, specifically the lane when you can measure accuracy. There's an issue where some bullets are basically blocked by the environment in that lane, which causes the accuracy to go down, as these bullets then do not hit the targets. Okay, so you're not going crazy. There are issues. In the shooting range. We have made sure to verify this is an issue only in the shooting range and can confirm this does not happen in other parts of the game.
On all platforms.
On all platforms. No maintenance on Thursday, tomorrow. It's just a Swedish public holiday, but there will be possible maintenance on Friday, so stay tuned for Twitter updates on all of that. TU4 is now on the PTS. The gunner is on the PTS, and we would appreciate if you could test it. There was an issue with the instant unlock of the specialization, but is that fixed now or soon? Soon. To unlock the gunner once it arrives on the live servers, though, you will be spent on special field research. This can be tested on the PTS as well. Like I said, people have already done that. The Year 1 Pass owners as well will immediately unlock the gunner, but will also be able to do the special field research that unlocks unique cosmetic items.
My name is Frederick Thailander. I work on weapons and RPG specializations, which we'll talk about today, and all the controls and movement and stuff. I'm a designer.
Do you feel differently with the gunner compared to the previous specializations? Because the way people experience it is different.
Well, it's also, we made this when already knowing what a specialization would be and what it would mean for the game. So like, it's a different thing to make a new specialization once you've already like made the feature of specializations. So the gunners is all about like sustained fire and this fantasy of standing out in the open with a big minigun, right? Okay. So we made a fold-up minigun. We made sure that you get some cool talents that allow you to tank damage. Yes,
I would love to take a look of the photo of the gun. That would be really cool.
So yeah, let's do it. That one,
that is exactly the one. So I think this is the kind of the core of what the specialization revolves around.
This is what you'll be lugging around.
You would think the reload would be like some crazy belt that you'd have to
put. The whole thing is just about this ability to stand and shoot for a long time with this thing. It's not about standing out in the open and reloading, because this is our first instance of a heavy weapon. You can't shoot this from cover. You can't roll and sprint while this is out. This is a heavy weapon, right? So we wanted it to just be something when you bring this out, that's a special moment where you just get to stand and spray bullets, and so the reload is mercifully short on it, actually.
I did not expect the pump action, just like and then just
keep going. Yeah, I know. It's in service of the game. So another aspect is like, okay, so I'm there. I want to knock some people down with this continuous fire. So the skill is a new variant of the pulse that does like a banshee scream or like a banshee pulse in a cone in front of you.
Okay, hold up.
Yep.
Before we move on to the next stuff, people noticed in the screenshot 13.2K.
Oh yeah, but that's because
damage.
It's 1,000 RPM as well. Like this will do a lot of good damage, and this was also a screenshot taken at World Tier 1. So.
Okay, and also this is on. What build was this on? This is you took
this
this on your
today
computer.
Just on my machine, so I can't guarantee that all of the numbers are like accurate to endgame.
Okay, good to know. All right, so take this with a grain of salt, but.
But if you do find it lacking on the PTS, tell us. Specializations have a gun, their own grenade type, which for this is a riot foam grenade, so you can stick someone and then shoot them, which is good. They have this Banshee skill, which like will cause the confuse status effect, which is normally associated with tear gas, right? In a cone in front of them, even if things are behind cover. So NPCs will stand up and be confused and stuff like that. So that you can then mow them down. Okay. In PvP, it doesn't do confuse because that's frustrating. So it does disrupt instead and like causes people to not be able to use their skills. So it's not quite as punishing in PvP. So when someone's about to launch it, you'll see the warning on the ground of the area where it will happen if you're in PvP.
Okay.
Because it has a little bit of a startup, and you can also press and hold it to extend its range if you want to aim it and like hit people further away. And then you'll see that cone for longer if you're in PvP.
But there's an element of it being telegraphed a bit.
Yeah, that's definitely telegraphed.
Only in PvP. Does the AI pick up on it?
The
in
AI
PvE?
doesn't pick up on it. They don't know what this is. This is new tech for DC, right? Like they've never seen something like this.
Interesting.
I think we can bring up just a view of the tree. I think that could be fun.
That could be cool.
Because the tree, yeah, that's the one. Because the tree has changed for the other specializations as well.
I see down in the bottom left all the
Right,
different
that's
weapons,
the big
right?
thing. So any specialization can pick any weapons to spec into, but they can't spec into all of them. So you're no longer bound to specific weapons with specific specializations. We felt like it was inhibiting build creativity a little too much.
Man, you're giving me more choices?
More choices.
Dude.
So I think that'll be cool because some things,
That's cool.
some new builds will be possible. You still see in the very bottom left that if you do spec into the weapon that we feel is associated with this spec, that's how you get the weapon mod unlocked. Right?
Interesting.
So there's still some flavor there, but it doesn't prohibit you from making, you know, an AR build with any spec. You see the little bar next to the O5, the vertical bar?
Yes.
That fills as you kill things or proc these talents, everything that we associate with signature ammo from the trees traditionally.
On all specializations.
On all specializations have this. This is a new way to get signature ammo. We recognized that it wasn't fun to not understand when it was going to drop, how often it was going to drop, what you had to do. So we revamped it completely. When this bar is full, your next kill will drop signature ammo for you. This bar is filled when you kill things, when your group mates kill things, when your group mates proc their, the talents that are in the tree, or when you proc your talent, like, sharpshooter needs to do headshots.
But it will still physically drop in the world and you have to pick it up.
Yeah,
Okay,
it will.
good.
But the
to know.
point here is that you have this meter and you know exactly when it's going to happen. You see how fast it fills. You can see when your group mates affect the pace at which you get signature ammo. No longer RNG behind the scenes. Very predictable, very gamified, if you will. We can't release a new spec that is as good as it can be without updating the other specs. So that's why the other specs got the tree changes. We know that the TAC 50 didn't live up to some of the sniper builds that were out there, so why ever switch to it? Now it will. It just buffed the damage quite substantially. Same with the crossbow. It didn't crack armor reliably on heavies when you were in a group. So we kind of try to fix that as well.
Okay, cool.
So that will be more reliable to crack the armor piece that you hit on NPCs. Gear mods, right? We knew that there was this flaw that the generic mods that exist at low level, and some people have even found them at high level, they fit into all the slots, so that naturally everybody used damage mods in all the slots, even though they were low, so you had to make a level 19 character and farm and all of that, and that's not fun. So we made generic slots just fit generic mods just fit generic slots, so they don't work anymore on high-end gear.
Okay.
And we know that's disappointing to some, it was unintended behavior, but to sort of compensate for that, now it's a like-for-like system. If your mod is red, it fits in a red socket. No more system or protocol division of slot types.
So that's quite a big change.
It is a big change, but it sort of compensates, because now you can take your weapon damage mods and put them in any red slot, and the system protocol thing doesn't exist anymore. So that's going to sort of open up the...
It's a bit more streamlined as well.
It's a little bit more streamlined, easier to understand, more visual. Yeah, there's non-toggle, as far as I know, rogue in the Occupied Dark Zone with I think it's infinite manhunt. You can go up to 50 manhunt or something like that. So it's a different type of rogue,
so vanilla rogue.
vanilla rogue,
Okay.
old school rogue system.